guys, welcome back to our channel. This whole video is gonna be about kind of me, because we were totally watching the last week's video and just realized that I didn't even say my name or age in the last week's video. And this channel is about us. So I was thinking to myself, maybe you guys would want to know who I am a little bit. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about Brad, he'll probably do a video about that as well. And as you can see, my lovely little assistant here, she loves me so much that she's going to sit with me probably this whole time. She might not get up and eat because that's what she does. She's a cat. But for right now, I think she's just going to go take a nap. Love you. So, back to the video. My name's Sarah. I'm 21. I am the Mrs. of this channel. And so pretty much my life story in a nutshell is pretty much I was born in Washington State on the east side of Washington, which I lived there from ages when I was born to when I was 8 years old. And then when I was 8, my dad got a job offer in Wasilla, Alaska. But I lived in Alaska, what I like to call it, my years of just in years I can remember, because ages 8 to 0 years old, I barely remember. I don't know if it's just me or you guys too, but I swear to God, I cannot remember my childhood years for the life of me. I'll have little glimpses here and there, but literally I can't remember. So when I was 15, we left because my parents split up. My dad ended up cheating on my mom with his wife now, and parents were together for 30 years. They had 5 kids together. I am number 5 on that list. I'm the youngest of the family. I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters. And when my parents split up, it was very hard for our family. It kind of just took us by, not surprise, but my parents were fighting a little bit. But I always thought since I was a kid, just my parents were going to be together forever. I did not think my parents would ever split up. It's just life, and it happened, and it's always in your back of your mind that you hope your parents get back together, but I don't think mine will. But, so that's that. That's a little snippet of that. So we moved back down to Washington. I lived in Alaska. We moved back down, and I was a sophomore in high school at this point, and I went to let me think, 4 different high schools in 4 years, just because I was moving so much. Like, I lived with my mom, and then I moved up with my dad. He lived north of Washington, right by the Canadian border, and I went to school there. I just did not end up getting along with my dad's wife, just because I think I was at the age where I just didn't care, and I was just like, I don't like you, and we fought because she did ruin my family, and, you know, I don't think she liked us very much either. She will never admit that because of my dad, but I know she didn't like me and my brother living there. So I literally, when I was 17 at the time, and the reason I moved up there was because I was just not getting along with my mom, because that's just the age. Now I get along with my mom great. I was 16. I was like, I don't want to be by you. You're not giving me what I want. I'm 16. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. I'm going to go up live with my dad. That's what I did. And then I ended up living there and hating it. So that just proves to you guys that the grass ain't always greener on the other side, people. I'm telling you right now, it's just not. So then I ended up not finishing up my junior year. It was April. I was literally a month away from finishing my junior year. And what ended up happening is I tried to figure out either go back to the high school I hated where my mom lived. I hated that high school. For the life of me, I hated it. I hated it. So I was like begging my mom, like, please, please don't make me go back to this high school. I remember just because I hated that high school so freaking much. So I go back to live with my mom. What I did was I went to an online high school my senior year because I got to make up for the classes that I didn't get when I graduated from the last high school when I was a junior. She's leaving, you guys. Tell her bye. Bye, the cat. Anyway, so I ended up going to online school and graduating on time. And during my senior year, I went to work full-time as well. So that's the benefit of going to school online. You can work and make money. So I was a nanny. That's where I started my nanny career, because I'm still a nanny, but I'm all the way in Ohio now. But so senior year flies by. I watch 3 kids 50 hours a week, and in that time frame, I decided that I was going to go move to Arizona to live with my sister. And I thought that was the smartest thing in the world. I thought, you know what? Hell yes, I'm 18. I'm independent. I know everything now that I'm 18. now that I'm 21, I'm like, Sarah, you were 18, you were stupid, and you knew nothing. It's literally the opposite. It's so crazy how your mind changes. So I moved to Arizona, and from the time, I think it was January where I decided to move to Washington, and then I moved in June. So I had like a good 6 months because I was overweight. I was probably about 40, 50 pounds overweight. So in that time frame, I lost that weight. And so when I went to Arizona, I was looking good, guys. I was skinny, I was fit. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like narcissistic about it, but I looked really good. The thing is, I didn't have the confidence to go with that, but I wanted to find the confidence, and I thought I would find the confidence in dating a lot of guys, which it didn't really help. I mean, yeah, dating a lot of guys, super fun, you're pretty, whatever, but it just wasn't me and who I was. But I did end up dating a lot of guys, and during that time frame, that's when I met Brad. And as you guys know, we met on OkCupid. It's a dating website and app, and that's where we met. And it's kind of funny because I tell everybody this. They're like, well, was it love at first sight? Did you guys just fall in love? Honestly, no. I saw Brad's picture, I clicked on it because I was scrolling through just all the guys on OkCupid. Literally, you can just do that. And so I was like I feel like I was like on the 30th page just looking, because I was like, I'm a girl, I can look, I can try to find a cute guy. So I clicked on Brad's page, and I honestly thought, I'm being totally honest with you guys probably gonna think I'm so mean, but I just didn't think Brad was that cute. I was just like, he's okay. I couldn't see his eyes, you guys. He had like aviators on. He was in a suit. The picture was, I feel like, a kind of older picture. So then he ended up messaging me, because it tells you who looks at your page. So he ended up messaging me, and we started texting, because I told him, I hate texting on this app. Can you just text me? So he did. So long story short, we end up kind of just falling in love with each other. Not at first sight, but it took a couple months, and I don't know why. I usually would have never done this, but I just fell for him. And so things in Arizona, I'm not going to go into full detail because I feel like I want to do another video on that. We're just not going well. I'll have a totally another video on that about Arizona, because you guys are going to want to know about Arizona. I just don't want to do it in this because it would take me 30 minutes to explain. But so I told my sister and my brother-in-law, I was like, hey, you know what? I cannot live here anymore. I'm going to go live with mom again. So, and she lived there, so I told my mom, I was like, I'm driving to Arkansas, and I'm going to live with you. And it was closer to Brad because he lived in Ohio, and we're like a 10-hour drive. Excuse me, I'm so tired. Anyways, so I drove there in 18 hours. I have it on my phone, but I don't have my phone on me. I still have the picture of I timed myself from Arizona. It took me legit like 18 hours and 20 minutes or something to get there to my brother's house. And then, so at that point, I got a job in Arkansas. The plan was to go visit Brad that next month in November. So I go up and I visit Brad, and I just remember that drive. I had my hair in pin curls. I didn't have any makeup on. I put my makeup on at like a local Walgreens bathroom or something because I wanted to look really pretty, and I put on new clothes and everything. So then I just remember going into his neighborhood and turning down his street, and he knew I was like 5 minutes away. So like I drove, and I see him in the driveway waiting for me. And now that I know Brad, he's a pacer. He paces a lot. When he's on the phone talking to somebody, he just is always pacing. So I just see him pacing, and finally he like sees my car pull up, and like we get out and just hug and kiss. And it's literally like, I'm gonna be like completely honest here, it was like the movies, like when the people first meet, and it's just like, oh, they're in love. I was in love with Brad. Like, he was so awesome. I stayed there for almost 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, we just fell more in love with each other. And the day I had to leave, I just remember tears. It was so hard to leave him. I just remember his mom crying and me crying. And finally I got in my car at like, I think like 9 o'clock at night, because I then drove into the morning because I think I had work. So then I got in my car and drove home. And my mom ended up kicking me out. I'll tell you guys the reasons in the next video, but she kicked me out, and she got to come up, live with Brad and his mom and his sister, which it was hard to live with his mom because it's hard to live with people that you don't know. And I had my first Christmas away from home, which was really hard. And I really just feel like moving away from home is good. I'm not gonna sit here and not say it's bad. You save money staying at home. That's awesome. It's like right here. What are you doing? Can you come here and say hi to everybody? Oh, she's talking, you guys. She wants to go on the couch. Okay, I love you. Okay, what's going on? Here you go. Oh, stop it. Okay. So where was I? Oh, so I moved in with my mother-in-law and I had my first Christmas from home and, you know, all of that. But I was 18, immature, didn't know what I wanted in life. 3-4 years later, I'm 21, almost 22. And I feel so strong. I still have little issues in my life that I need to work on personally, but others tell me all the time that I've grown so much being here. When I have no family around me but Brad's family, and we will be moving to Washington sooner rather than later. But, you know, I've really just grown, and you learn to live without your family, and you learn that you can live without your mom and dad, and you can live without your siblings, and you just learn to be strong, and that's what I've done. I mean, Brad's going to school full time, I'm working full time, he's working part time, and we're married. We got married when I was 19 and he was 18, and we're almost 19 and 20 at that time, because I think we got married in December and our birthdays are in February. Our birthdays are a day apart, guys, legit. A day and a year apart. But yeah, so that's that, guys. That's the end of that video. You guys are probably like, well, what about your marriage? Like, what about that? When did that happen? That's going to be another completely separate video, because it's a long story. It'll take me forever to tell it, and I want you guys to get all the detail out of that. Hope you guys liked this video. It's just a little bit about me and a little bit about living here and my life in general. And Nyla's literally just laying right here next to me, guys. I told you she loves me. She's licking me. Hey, be nice. Say bye to the people. Say bye, guys. I'll see you in a couple days. You gonna go say hi to the camera? Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Nyla.